Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is Dirt Racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the Dirt Revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
Horsepower isn't just for NASCAR. It's for your car. It's for off-road and the on-ramp. You need it when you're drifting. You want it when you're passing. Get more of it with a K&N high-flow air filter, designed to increase horsepower with up to 50% more airflow. Because whether your green light flashes here or here, everyone loves that fast car smell.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this lovely Monday evening. We have got a nice one here for you tonight. It is the start of the 2017 Fall Brawl Spectacular, and we're going to be doing some qualifying action for you coming up in just a few moments. And we'll take a look down over to the track. The street stocks are at 5 flags here tonight. So it is going to be a great one, and I think we are about ready to jump on into it. And qualifying set to get underway at this lovely half-mile track. And if you're just tuning in, it is part of the Sim Auto Racing Association. And on the track now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to his first lap, this is the number 7 of Darrell Hamlin out of Christiansburg, Virginia. He's running the T4X chassis, and it looks like maybe a throwback RC Cola paint scheme on the car as he works his way through the backstretch. Turns 3 and 4. Let's see what the number 7 of Darrell Hamlin has got for his first go-around as he crosses. It looks like his first one was an 18.352. He'll have another attempt here to go. And Darrell Hamlin crossing that start-finish line, second lap. It is gonna be an 18.504. Into his first lap now is the number 47 of Mark Humble. Mark Humble tonight making his way out of Nashville, Tennessee. H2C Racing. AreaCars.com, the sponsors on it. Let's see what Humble's got for his first go-around. He's going to be second quick here with a 26.5 or 18.772, excuse me. 18.772 on that first go-round, coming off turn number 4. Here comes the number 47 of Mark Humble, his second go-around. Will he edge out Daryl Hamlin? He's not going to do it. 18.941. Third in your qualifying batch here tonight is the number 39 of Bill Martin. Bill Martin out of Madison, Wisconsin. He's got the Posse and the Car Show sponsors there. Here he comes off of turn number 4 for his first go around. Let's see what he's got. It's going to be a 20-point triple three. Nice little red, white, and blue scheme there for Bill Martin. Currently running third quick. Let's see if he can jump up into the first slide. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, as he crosses. He's going to jump over Humble, take over second, 18.434. Into his first green light lap here tonight in qualifying. This is the number 3 of Clay Snyder out of Newburgh, Indiana. Another T4X chassis machine, and Liberty sponsors on the car. Let's see what he's got. Nice Chevrolet Camaro for you. Crossing that start finish line. Clay Snyder lays down an 18.602. And Snyder trying to get up into the top 2 here. Let's see if he can do it as he comes across that start finish line. Second go around's going to net him at 18.721, so he will hold in third. Up next, qualifying here, this is the number 62 of Zachary Onan. Zachary Onan out of Grafton, Wisconsin. He's got the Tundra Super Late Models sponsor there. Let's see what he's got here as he comes around for his first lap. As he crosses the start-finish line, he's fourth quick. 18.766 here for the 62. He'll get another shot as he rolls through the backstretch. Trying to make something happen here, working at lower groove. Let's see what he's got coming off the fourth turn. Here comes Zachary Onan. Second go around as he climbed the ladder. He's not going to do it. 18.818. Up next here is the number 28 of Craig Hawkins. Craig Hawkins out of Abington, Virginia, I believe, and then Mobile One, the sponsor on the car. Abingdon, Virginia, excuse me. Got a little Budweiser down there too as well. Let's see what he's got for his first go around. Hawkins crossing that start finish line. He's going to be fourth quick with an 18.677. Oh, a little bit of slide action coming off that second turn, and that's going to slow him up. I'm not sure if we're going to get another lap out of him. So that's a tough lap there for Craig Hawkins, but he looks like he's fourth quick. Coming into his first lap here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the number 24 of Blake Neer. Out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, T. Weber, the sponsor on the car. Let's see what he's got. Turn number 4, having a little bit of hiccups there on the connection, but first go around, he's going to be third quick, up into the top 3 with an 18.513. That's for the number 24 of Blake Neer. One more attempt here to roll that Chevrolet across that start-finish line and having a little bit of issues. Second go around, he's going to have a 19.054. When the damage is done, he'll hold in third. Up next, this is the 92 of Ty Spearman. Out of Gaffney, South Carolina, part of the Posse team. And he's got a, even though it's the body of a Chevrolet Camaro, he's adamant to put a Ford stamp on it with that Mustang clearly written on the front. Ty Spearman's first go around here. He's going to be third quick with an 18.470. See what he's got here. One more attempt. Here comes Spearman. Trying to climb into the top 2. Not going to do it. Oh, yes, he will. 18.432. Not quite enough to beat Darrell Hamlin, but he will have second fast time leaving that track. Up next, this is the number 4 of Mark Welch. Mark Welch out of Fenton, Michigan. Paragon Corvette Midwest race updates and Mr. Asphalt, the sponsors on the car. See what Mr. Welch got on his first go-around was a 19.126. That is 9th quick. Last shot here for Mr. Welch and the Mr. Asphalt machine. Nice, lovely black car. Let's see what he's got. As he crosses, he's going to hold in 9th, 18.962 for that second go-around. Next up, this is the number 11 of Garrett Stokebauer. Garrett Stokebauer out of Montello, Wisconsin. Bobby Kindle Racing, the team there, and the sponsorship on the machine. Here he comes, Stokebauer's first lap. Where's he going to end up? 4th quick with an 18.469. Tell you, a lot of drivers tonight ended up in that 4 slot, shoving the rest of them right underneath him. He's got that new age looking Camaro on the front of that car. Let's see what this number 11 does here. On his second go around, can he get higher? It's going to be an 18.546, so he will hold in 4th. One of the All-Stars in the series points leader in the Tundra Super Late Model Series. This is the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, part of the Posse crew. The Button Box Shop and Loco Toco Designs, the sponsors on the car. Looking for that fast qualifying time. Can he do it? Here he comes. Joe Schaefer Jr., second fast time on his first lap, 18.413. Oh, he's got to beat a 5.04 or better to be able to overtake Darrell Hamlin. Let's see what he's got. Here comes Schaefer Jr. Can he do it? As he crosses, it's going to be an 18.414. So Darrell Hamlin is safe atop of the field. Joe Schaefer Jr. not going to be able to do it. He ends up second quick. Up next, this is the number 90 of Brian Korlacki. Out of Seekonk, Massachusetts, Racers for Christ, the sponsor on the car. Let's see what Korlacki's got for his first go-around. As he crosses that start-finish line, it's going to be 12th quick. 19.380. Korlacki rolling through turns number 3 and 4 here at Five Flags. Looking to get a good starting spot in the Fall Brawl Spectacular Street Stocks. Can he jump up into the top 10? Not going to do it. 19.143 that second go around. Got a little bit faster time, but not enough to crack the top 10. Up next, this is the 34 of Jeremy Watkins. Jeremy Watkins hails out of Harrison, Ohio. National Multiple Sclerosis Society, the sponsor on the car. Let's see what he's got. As he crossed that start-finish line, 11th quick, 18.906. He's going to need a 7.71 or better to be able to get into the top 10. Let's see what he's got here. Can he do it? Here comes Watkins. As he crosses, does he get in the top 10? Yes, he will. Up into 9th with an 18.709. Another guy looking to crack into the top 5 early. This is the number 69 of Derek Robinson. Robinson out of Louisville, Kentucky. T4X chassis. Handsome Fellows Barbershop. First go around for the 69. Third quick with an 18.431. Robinson on par to beat Joe Schaefer Jr. Can he do it? He's going to give up on that second go around. He'll stay with third. Not going to try it. So that'll give way here to the number 51 of Philip Ellis to the track. Philip Ellis out of Port Charlotte, Florida, Down South Racing, the sponsor and team. A little bit of Hawk sponsorship there on the car as well. Philip Ellis into his green flag run. Let's see what he's got. Off of turn number 4. Here comes the 51. Crossing that start-finish line. He's going to be 13th quick with a 18.838. And again, to crack the top 10, he's going to need a 7, looks like now a 708 or better. Let's see what he's got. Here comes Ellis. Second go around as he crosses. He's going to get in the top 10 with an 18.621. Excellent run there for the 51 of Philip Ellis. Up next, you know this guy. We talk to him each week. This is the number 5 of Matt Rolfe. I believe out of Laconia, New Hampshire, T4X Midwest Performance. Sponsors on that Camaro. His first go around, Matt Rolfe. 8th fastest here, looking to be quicker up into the top 5. First lap netted him in 18.558. Here he comes off of turn number 4. Matt Rolfe, can he get into the top 5? Oh, he's going to concede at the line. Wow. So up next, we got the number 14 of Kyle Souza. Kyle Souza out of Somerset, Massachusetts. KCR Blue State Sewage and Columbus Oil, the sponsors on the car. Let's see what Souza's got. His first go around. How about this second quick time with an 18.368? He needs a 5:03 or better to get the pole. Will he do it, ladies and gentlemen? Here comes Kyle Souza. Crosses that start-finish line, and it's going to be an 18.473. Excuse me, he needed a 3.52 to get the pole. I apologize on that one. 3.52 to get the pole, and Kyle Souza had a 4.73. Next qualifier up, this is the number 32 of Trevor Edwards. Trevor Edwards out of Shepherdsville, Kentucky, the Posse, and Glazers Collision, the sponsors on the car. First lap around, he's going to be 6th quick with an 18.432. And I'm not sure he's going to go for a second lap. Nice looking retro paint scheme there on that car, so he'll end up 6th quick as he heads down pit road. Up next, the lovable Drew Krybeck on the track now out of West Salem, Wisconsin. Part of the Posse Tundra Super Late Models, EPYK Media, and Dr. Noise Designs, as well as LDDP sponsors on the car. Here comes Mr. Krybeck as he crosses his first go around. He's going to be 11th quick with an 18.580. It's going to need a 5.57 or better to get into the top 10. Can he do it? Let's find out. Here comes Drew Krybeck as he crosses. He's going to be just in there with an 18.521. So the number 12 of Drew Krybeck sneaking into the top 10 there. Up next, one of our last few qualifiers here. This is the 00 of Travis Houck. Out of Seversville, Tennessee, Overclock Motorsports, Old Smoky, Tennessee, Moonshine, you know what, United Way of Sevier County, I believe is Sevier County, maybe. 18.697 on his first go around. That is 15th quick. Can he get a top 10 here? Travis Houck, just outside the top 10. Second go around was an 18.553. And this guy right here, known to be a fast qualifier, ladies and gentlemen, up next is the 37 of Tim Bills out of Sturgis, Kentucky. Wheeling and Dealing Motorsports, H&H Sign and Supply, the sponsor on the hood. Here he comes, his first go around. Where's he gonna be? Straight to the top. Tim Bills has the fast time with an 18.304. And I don't know if he's heading down pit road. He knows he's got it. The damage is done. The 37 of Tim Bills looks like he's gonna be on the pole. Scott Dunlap will look to change that, one of our final qualifiers here out of Covington, Pennsylvania. T4X Clinton County Motor Speedway iRacing Today radio show. Miller's Racing Engines and Cochran's Towing, the sponsors on the car. What can Scott Dunlap do here? A 22nd qualifier here tonight. He's got an 18.818. He's got a big jump here. Let's see if he can crack the top 15. That was 20th quick. Old Milwaukee. Can he do it? Scott Dunlap. Will he get a top 15? No, he's going to hold. 18.976 on that second go-around. And I believe we have one more qualifier after this guy, but this is the number 15 of Cody Brinson. Cody Brinson out of Lakeland, Florida, Down South Racing BA chassis. Gertie Engines and Billy Bellew Motorsports. Cody Brinson's first go-around was an 18.936. He's holding in 21st. See if he can get a top 15 for the number 15. Here he comes off of turn number 4, Cody Brinson. He's going to hold 18.952, a little bit slower on that second go-around. And we had another guy sneak in after this one, so this will be there next to the last qualifier. This is the number 98 of Ian Lane, and how about that? It makes you hungry for some pepperoni pizza. Out of Mechanicsburg, Ohio, no sponsors. But I tell you what, let's see if he can deliver the pepperoni in 30 minutes. He's got a good shot at it. 4th quick, but he's going to go up into the wall. 18.400 for Ian Lane. Heck of a job done on that first lap. And the sneaker to get in here right at the last second. Our final qualifier here for the street stocks. This is the number 88 of Matthew Eddy. Making his way into the green flag run now. Out of Sanford, Michigan. Howe Racing Enterprises, Don's Towing, and JVM Racing, the sponsors on the 88 car. Let's see what he's got. Matthew Eddy as he crosses from 25th down to 16th with an 18.618. Just needs a 601 or better to crack the top 15. Can he do it? Let's find out. Here he comes, Matthew Eddy on his second attempt. He's going to hold it. No, he's going to jump up into 13th with an 18.544. So a top 15 start here for the 88 of Matthew Eddy. And I believe that may be all the qualifiers we have, ladies and gentlemen. So here is a look at the results for you. Tim Bills had that fast qualifying time, 18.304. So we will go live now and talk to the guy behind the wheel of that H&H Sign and Supply machine of the number 37, Mr. Tim Bills tonight. Tim, you come in, everybody's talking that you're going to be the guy to watch out for here in the Fall Brawl Spectacular Street Stock Division. And tonight you're definitely setting the tone early by getting the pole position with that 18.304 time. Tell us, what is your thoughts here at Five Flag Speedway?
This track here seems to be a lot of fun to run, as long as everybody realizes it's a long race, and I think we could have a really good race here.
Well, if you have any competitors out there, Darrell Hamlin had the fast qualifying time there for a while. He had that 18.352 time, which is not too far off. But, when it talks to qualifying is always one thing that happens. Racing's a completely different animal in its own. And what are your thoughts on the track conditions here tonight? Are you going to stick to that lower groove, or do you think something's going to open up as this race progresses for this 150-lap event?
I'm looking to stick at the bottom, probably. I don't know the outside's really going to pick up enough. I don't know, some of your guys like Bill Martin, though. He's good up there on the top side. Matt Rolfe's good up there driving around people. So, you really never know. A long run, the top could come in. If we don't get a long run, I don't see the top coming in.
All right, well, definitely looking forward to tonight. Well, tonight the poll is yours, sir. Do you have any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give for this achievement?
Yeah, I got to thank Darrell Hamlin for sandbagging. He said he didn't want to be interviewed, so he was going to sandbag so that I could be ahead of him. So I got to thank him for sandbagging, and then I got to H&H Sign Supply, wheeling and dealing, and you, Dustin, for taking your time to do this.
All right. Well, looking forward to a great race. Off to a good start here tonight, Tim. Best of luck to you here in the Fall Brawl Spectacular Street Stock Race at Five Flags.
Thank you, Dustin. Hope to talk to you later.
Well, there you have it, folks. Tim Bills coming in first here tonight. It's going to be a great race session. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned, folks, because we are going to be coming up next with some great racing action here at Five Flags. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is Dirt Racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the Dirt Revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and it has begun the Fall Brawl Spectacular 2017 edition for the Semi Racing Association, kicking it off here this Monday night at Five Flags Speedway with the Street Stock Division. If you're just tuning in, we had the qualifying session up early. It was the number 37 of Tim Bills with an 18.304 time, taking the pole here tonight. We're going to go live now, jumping right into it. Going to talk with the man himself. This is Matt Rolfe talking with us. Talking about tonight, Matt, we have got a great lineup this week from Monday to Thursday. We got the street stocks here tonight. We got late model action tomorrow night, as well as qualifying for the super lates on Wednesday and finishing off with the grand finale, that wonderful race, that super late model race up on Thursday night. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on what this edition of the Fall Brawl Spectacular means to you and what you want to convey out there to the tonight's audience.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about the Fall Brawl. It's our third annual, so the last 2 years it's been a big event for us, and it's something that the drivers and everyone that watches, they all look forward to. So of course we wanted to keep coming back. So this is our third annual H&H Sign Supply Fall Brawl Spectacular. As I just mentioned, H&H Sign Supply, big thanks to them for coming back on board as our title sponsor. Big thanks to Midwest Powersource for stepping up for some prize money as well to the super late model division. But tonight, there's no entry fee for this division. There's no money on the line. It's just a fun event for these guys to come on out, put on a good show. As you saw in time trials, a lot of guys are really close in lap times and pushing the issue pretty hard here. Guys have been practicing all night and probably leading up to this event as well, so they're all ready to go here. And then as you mentioned as well, we got the late models and super late models coming up later this week. Obviously the super late models is the big event. We'll have a full slate of qualifying on Wednesday night and then the 250 lap feature on Thursday. That one should be a pretty big show. We've got a lot of big names in that race. Should be pretty intense, but we've got some big names here tonight too that we have to get out of the way first, and we're looking forward to it.
Well, definitely looking forward to it as well, Matt. And as we take a look at tonight's race conditions up on the screen for you there, folks, here at this half mile track down in Pensacola, Florida, 5 Flag Speedway is the location. Air temperature 67 degrees. We got humidity 68%, partly cloudy 67 degrees, Matt. It's going to be a great night of racing for these street stocks. What can you tell us, final thoughts here on what these viewers can expect to see for this 150 lap event?
Yeah, we've got some nice cool temperatures, should provide plenty of grip for these guys. I don't know if we'll see the second groove open up that much in the street stock, so we'll probably need a long run for that to happen. But this is a track where the groove does move around a little bit. Even if we don't have a second groove, you'll have guys running different grooves on entry, just trying to find that grip. So some guys will stretch around. We got some big names starting up front, but we can't forget we've got some tire strategy involved here tonight too. Each driver has 4 extra tires if they choose to use them at any point during the race. So you might see some guys take them earlier or later, and then we'll see how it shakes out at the end of it.
Definitely looking for a great night here to the start of the Fall Brawl Spectacular Week here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network and the Sim-Auto Racing Association. So, Matt, thanks for your time and best of luck to you in tonight's race.
All right, thanks.
There you have it, folks. Matt Rolfe giving us his final thoughts as the final seconds here click down as we're getting ready to go to that starting grid and get you tonight's starting lineup. And again, this kicks off the first of this 4-day week here for the Fall Brawl Spectacular 2017 edition, and it looks like they're about ready to call them in. Closing seconds, we're going to go down to the grid and get you tonight's starting lineup. Here is the starting lineup for the Fall Brawl Spectacular. In the pole position due to the 7-car invert. Ty Spearman will take the pole position. The number 69 at Derek Robinson to the outside. Joe Schaefer Jr., Ian Lane in row number 2. Kyle Souza. Daryl Hamlin in that third row. Looking on back at row number 4, your fast qualifier here tonight. Tim Bills with the 7-car invert will start 7th. Trevor Edwards will be to the outside of that 4th row. In row number 5, rounding out the top 10, is Bill Martin and Garrett Stobauer. Looking on back, we've got Blake Neer, Drew Krybeck, Matthew Eddy, Travis Houck, Matt Rolfe, Clay Snyder, Philip Ellis, Craig Hawkins, Jeremy Watkins, Zachary Onen through 20. And your field here tonight, Mark Humble, Scott Dunlap, Cody Brinson, Mark Welch, and Brian Korlacki, your 25-car street stock field. Tonight's cameras brought to you in part by Ryan Eckstein Cameras. As the street stocks power away to their first of a 2-lap pace here at 5 Flags. That number 92 of Ty Spearman will bring us to the green the next time by, as the lights are off that pace car as we head into the final pace lap tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, glad you could be with us here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. We got late models tomorrow, super late qualifying on Wednesday, and the major super late finale on Thursday night. Put it on your calendars. You want to be here to watch this great racing action as they make their way into the backstretch. On behalf of the Sim-Auto Racing Association, H&H Sign and Supply, Midwest Powersource, Sim-Auto Racing, and Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, I'm Dustin Caldwell. We're ready to go racing, Fall Brawl spectacular style. Pace cars in, here they come. Green flag flies, we're underway. Off that fourth turn, here we go. Ty Spearman has got a nice sizable lead into turns 1 and 2, carrying about a half a second lead over the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr., who's having a good side-by-side battle with the number 69 of Derek Robinson. Robinson looking to the inside. The side-by-side action continues through the front stretch into lap number 3. How about the pizza machine, the number 98 of Ian Lane? He's got some side-by-side action there with the 32 Glazers Chevrolet of Trevor Edwards. Looking to the inside, that is the fast man there tonight. This is Tim Bills. That H&H Sign and Supply machine scored the pole here at 5 Flags with that 18.304 time. Started up 7th. He's got to make his way through the field, but he's got plenty of time to do it. Only on lap number 4 here. And a nice 3-car battle here for a second position slot. The number 7 of Darrell Hamlin hung up behind the 69 of Robinson. He's going to make it 3 wide, nearly in the backstretch. Going to seek to the inside, but nothing doing into turn number 3. Robinson will hold on to second, but it is a side-by-side bout here for third. And on the high side, the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. winning that. Looking on back from 5th position is the number 14 of Kyle Souza. And now Trevor Edwards seeking an inside battle here for 5th. Souza's going to climb up the track, looking to carry some momentum out of 4. Not going to do it, but how about these 3 cars going at it for second? Robinson currently holds it, and wow, got down on the apron through turn number 2, was able to correct it. And now a little bit of a push here from the 69, and now Darrell Hamlin may seek up the track here to get by maybe the outside of the 69 of Robinson. Joe Schaefer Jr. slowly but surely winning the momentum battle on the outside groove. You could definitely tell the number 7 of Hamlin is the faster car here. And the frustration setting in well into lap number 9 now. Been behind the 69 here for the last 4 or 5 laps. Trevor Edwards tend to watch that battle up front, may look to the outside as well. And Hamlin still not quite figured it out. Maybe has got the car set up to go in the lower groove. But Derek Robinson finding some life to be competitive here with the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. as they come off turn number 4. Into lap number 11 they go. And some good battling with these street stocks. Ty Spearman over a 2.5-second lead. Did not see that one coming in, especially with Tim Bills, but anything can happen. Usually The wild card is going to be how it happens with cautions. And we got somebody up the track there. Looks like the number 30. Or 90, excuse me. Of Brian Korlacki. Korlacki up to the high side. And Schaefer Jr. able to get around Robinson to hold on to second. Pulling away just a little bit and maybe get some clean air action here. Trying to reel in the 92 of Ty Spearman. Robinson pushing up the track. Edwards underneath him. And comments out on YouTube talking about the number 7 of Darrell Hamlin possibly sandbagging. Maybe a running joke here with the 7, or will that 7 come to life? Well, ladies and gentlemen, as Ty Spearman takes us into lap 16, we are now 10% of this race complete here in the 2017 Fall Brawl Spectacular. You're watching the Street Stocks at Five Flag Speedway, and Joe Schaefer Jr. in second position for those of you just tuning in. Great battle back there with Tim Bills. Tim Bills, the 37, the car to watch. Fast qualifier started 7th, now looking to get up into the top 5 as he's battling with Derek Robinson. For 4th now, he's able to get by Hamlin and Souza to pick up 5th position. Trevor Edwards. Interesting story about the 32 of Trevor Edwards here, folks. Trevor Edwards, the last time he was here was in a super late non-winners race to lock into the super late race here for the Fall Brawl Spectacular. Won that race, not having previously won all year long in any races in the super late model division. Come out, won this race in a great battle with Landon Siaka, was able to come away with the win. And then the next night during League in the Tundra Super Late Model Series, his weekly Thursday series, comes out and leads all the laps at that race, the 150 lapper at South Boston, and came away with the win there. So a great story here for the 32 of Trevor Edwards, and we're going to see if he could carry that momentum here into the Fall Brawl Spectacular. Tim Bills now looking to get by Kyle Souza, and a pit cone. Oh, wow, it's going to be chucked up into the wall in turn number 2. Good night. But Tim Bills now will get up into 4th, starting to reel in. That 32 of Trevor Edwards, right behind him, the 14 of Kyle Souza. Ian Lane in that savory 98. Underneath, the number 7 of Darrell Hamlin. Tell you what, I wonder how many pizzas it took to get the crew to wrap that car in a pepperoni pizza. It's just a highlight here tonight. But if they gave an award away for best paint scheme, I think that one would definitely take it. Couldn't say take the cake. We'll say take the pie. How about that, folks? Number 28 up to the high side. That is Craig Hawkins. A little bit of lap traffic action there. Going to make everybody go single file down low. And yet again, the pit cone getting a little bit of kick action coming out of turn number 2. Bill Martin, the number 39, back in 8th, seeking out a battle here with Darrell Hamlin just ahead. Looking to that high side. And Hamlin looking underneath Ian Lane. Here he comes off a turn number 4, and whoa! Korlacki, the lap traffic right in front of Ian Lane. First caution flag comes out. Heading into lap number 26, and the number 11 of Garrick Stokebauer. Going to be involved in this one. Let's go back and take a look. So as we follow Stokebauer, right behind the number 28 of Craig Hawkins, who's to the inside of Matthew Eddy. Hawkins is going to hit the inside wall. A little bit of overdrive action One of the common symptoms here at Five Flags, and both drivers, Hawkins and Stokebauer, will hit the inside wall and do a little bit of spin action, bringing out tonight's first caution flag. So Ty Spearman, 27 laps led in this race. He's led them all. Here's a look at your top five. Spearman, Schaefer Jr., Trevor Edwards, Tim Bills, Kyle Souza. Your race summary, 27 complete, no lead changes, 1 total caution. And a lot of these drivers starting to think strategy efforts. As Matt Rolfe said, will somebody go down pit road early and get their extra set of 4 tires tonight, or will they just go stay out on the track and then wait a little bit later? I'm sure most of them will. And while we're under yellow, let's give a special thanks to tonight's sponsors. H&H Sign and Supply coming on board, as you can see by their enlarged logo, their effort here to be a title sponsor, as well as Midwest Powersource Inc. And Tundra Super Late Models, part of the Thursday night Super Late Model series here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. K&N Racing Series popping in for some sponsorship for the Fall Brawl Spectacular, as well as Down East Chassis Works. So special thanks to those sponsors coming on board this season for the Sim-Auto Racing Association's Fall Brawl Spectacular 2017. And you're watching the Street Stock Division this Monday night. Again, talking about the schedule events tomorrow. It'll be late model qualifying as well as a race. Then on Wednesday, we'll have just the super late models qualifying. And on Thursday, that big 250-lap finale. Who is going to take it home? And I tell you what, like Matt mentioned, some big names. There are everybody from your average iRacer, superstar iRacers, peak antifreeze, all the way up to a NASCAR racer, ladies and gentlemen. That will be in that, so you definitely want to tune in Thursday night at 10 p.m. to catch that action and find out which of your favorite racers will come away with the victory. Ready to go back green on lap number 32 as the pace car dives into the pits. Here we go. Green flags back in the air. So as we watch Ty Spearman's lead reeled back in due to the restart, Joe Schaefer Jr. now, and competitive efforts to try to keep that 92 at bay. Following right behind him, just a quarter second gap between the two drivers. Trevor Edwards trying to get away from a side-by-side effort here with Tim Bills, who is now to the outside of the 14 of Kyle Souza. Souza looking to the inside here on turn number 3. And getting hung up on that high line, Tim Bills catching some momentum off that 4th turn. And right around, can he get down? Threading the needle right in front of Kyle Souza to pick up that 4th position slot. And Trevor Edwards, how about this? The 32 gaining some ground on Joe Schaefer Jr., who in turn is closing a gap on your race leader, Ty Spearman, who has now 35 laps led of this race. It's good battle up front. Drivers seeking out opportunities here. One little push is going to mean the difference for these drivers, or will they chop the turn here and get off that corner sooner and be able to get underneath in that backstretch? If it's going to happen, more than likely it'll happen out of turn number 2, and let's see what happens here. Edwards already looking lower. Schaefer Jr. is not going to quite have enough room to do it. But you can see the thought process here of drivers trying to get underneath one another, and you can already see Schaefer Jr. taking a peek to the inside of Ty Spearman. Looking down that lane, looking for some opportunity. And he may get there. Right on the bumper of Trevor Edwards, Tim Bills is putting the pressure on the 32 car. You see all the action coming off of turn number 2. Everybody's pretty much single file. As we'll pop you up to the high cam and show you the action. Pretty much everybody single file, and now Tim Bills. How about this, folks? Tim Bills looking inside of Trevor Edwards off turn number 4. Edwards will carry the momentum, but I think Tim has got where he needs to get. Through the backstretch into the 3rd turn. That H&H Sign and Supply car now up into 3rd. Schaefer Jr. feeling the pressure. Bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper. Through 1 and 2. And Schaefer Jr. looking to the inside of Spearman. We may have a lead change. Here they come down the front stretch. What a battle at the line. And Joe Schaefer Jr. not quite going to have it, but he may have it locked down here on this lap, on lap 44. Korlacki up to the high side there, making a little 3-wide action, but here's your lead change. Joe Schaefer Jr. picks up his first lap lead on the night. Ty Spearman to the high side. Will possibly lose 2 positions, as now Tim Bills is going to have a great battle up front. Into the front stretch they go into lap number 46. 45 complete. 2 for the number 6, 43 for the 92, and a second caution flag comes out. And Drew Krybeck down there on pit road. I'm not sure if he may have been involved. Let's go back and take a look. So following Drew Krybeck through this incident, underneath Matthew Eddy, and again, we've seen it happen here tonight already with a couple of drivers. A little bit of overdrive action coming off the turn number 4, and the number 12 down on pit road with some sustained damage. Tough break there for Drew Krybeck. But we have a lead change, ladies and gentlemen. Taking a look at your race summary, Joe Schaefer Jr. has taken over the race lead. That 1 lead change marked down there at the bottom. 2 total cautions here tonight out of the 47 complete. Keep your eye on the 37. That was your fast qualifier, started 7th. On the invert, Tim Bills having an opportunity here on the restart, maybe to get by this number 6, or will the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. hold on to that race lead? So if you're just tuning in, we are broadcasting the Fall Brawl Spectacular. It's a yearly event held by the Sim Auto Racing Association, the major event. These guys pretty much all year in these divisions put their efforts to this whole week. A lot of prize money up for grabs for these guys, as well as items. You know, Heights Pride in the past has given some awards. And the big, especially for the big race on Thursday. And if you'd like to know more about it, folks, and about the Fall Brawl Spectacular, up in the top right-hand corner, it's your website to go to, racesara.com. You can find all the information about them. And the lights will be off the pace car here into lap 51. 1/3 of this race now complete. 2 cautions in 50 laps. Definitely a great night here for the street stocks. Let's see what happens on this restart. Will Tim Bills and Joe Schaefer have a great battle? Pace car's in. Here we go. On the throttle. Green flag flies. We're back to the race. And Joe Schaefer Jr. taking over the race lead, coming out of turn number 2. And a good side-by-side restart. Excellent restart to get out front. Ty Spearman jumps back up into second. Tim Bills, who was right behind your race leader, falls back to 4th. We'll look to the inside of Trevor Edwards here on lap 54. Bill Martin back rounding out your top 5. Kyle Souza just outside. And now Tim Bills. Very close to Trevor Edwards there coming out of turn number 4. Looking to edge out that 32. He's got the nose at the line to get 3rd. Looks like he may do it out of turn number 2. Tim Bills will clear Trevor Edwards for 3rd. Bill Martin now looking to the inside. The battle rages on here as Trevor Edwards puts a nose to tail on Tim Bills. Going to jump back outside the top 10 here, and Clay Snyder having a good little battle just as the caution flag comes out, heading towards lap number 59. And Korlacki will be spun out. Let's go back and take a look. Korlacki having some issues there through the infield, and right up into the wall he goes. Nice looking car. And the stopped car will bring out the caution flag. Jump back one more time and take a look at it. And just something must have broke loose on that car, forced him to the inside and right up the track into the wall. There you see the front end damage on the number 90. So we got some drivers heading down pit road. Among one of them is Darrell Hamlin. Hamlin comes to his pit box. Let's see if he takes some tires. And it looks like the left side's going to be going up, so we'll at least see 2 tires here. And he's just going to take 2 tires on that pit stop. So the vintage RC Cola machine taking 2 tires. So an update on your top 5. It is Joe Schaefer Jr., Ty Spearman, Tim Bills, Trevor Edwards, Bill Martin. Your race summary. 61, now 62 complete. 1 lead change, 3 total cautions. Going to be back green on lap number 64. We'll switch it up to the Crank It Up cams for you folks. Again, tonight's camera is brought to you by Ryan Eckstein of Eckstein Cameras. Always get you down and dirty with these cars. Here we go. Pace car set to go into the pits. There it goes. Schaefer Jr., Ty Spearman. Off turn 4. Green flags back in the air. Schaefer Jr., 21 laps led on the night with a half a second lead. Coming back after the restart. What a job on that restart. Right behind him, though, is your fast qualifier, Tim Bills. Ian Lane up into the top 5 now. Well, just outside the top 5. He's kind of battling for it. Kyle Souza, Ty Spearman, the side-by-side action in the battle for 6th. Souza's got the favorable groove on the inside. Blake Neer, the 24 car to the outside. Coming through the backstretch will be to the outside here, the 88 of Matthew Eddy. How about this, folks? Derek Robinson must have went down pit road. One of the drivers we've seen, one of the faster qualifiers tonight, actually started 2nd with the 7-car invert. Currently running 13th back there. Right there with the 62 of Zachary Onan. And we have the 00 of Travis Houck. Just one position where he started tonight. So Bill Martin up into the top 3. Trevor Edwards in 4th. As we're closing in on the halfway point of tonight's race. Some great side-by-side racing here with Spearman and Souza. Through the backstretch into that 3rd turn. Souza up to the high side, and I believe just about 4 laps ago. It was a little flip-flop between the 2 drivers. Souza was to the inside of Spearman. And now Souza having some heavy troubles there through turns 1 and 2. Whoa! Comes right down in front of the number 5 of Matt Rolfe. Denies him opportunity to pick up 6th position. There you can see some major gap here between 5th and 6th. Ian Lane rounding out the top 5 in the major gap back to Ty Spearman. You're looking at about a 1 and almost a 2-second gap. Oh, and Korlacki having some issues. Korlacki's going to come down pit road. Car just has not been performing to his liking all night. And it looks like he'll pull into his pit box. Back up front, coming off turn number 4. Into the back half of tonight's race, Joe Schaefer Jr. carrying about a 4/10 of a second lead over Tim Bills. Both these drivers have not taken their full set of tires. Not even taken a replacement tire just at this point. You gotta wonder at what point, and you know it's gonna be pivotal, will they come down and take those tire changes? And Ian Lane must have hit a roadblock or something. That car was doing some major wheelies in turn number 4. We'll jump outside the top 5 and watch some side-by-side battling here with Matthew Eddy and Derek Robinson going at it. Matthew Eddy in 8th, Robinson looking to take it away from him underneath. And Matthew Eddy having some success on the outside groove here at 5 flags. And it looks like possibly, I think it's Craig Hawkins. Craig Hawkins will come down pit road and may have had something happen on that car. Didn't quite make it to his pit box. Korlacki still sitting down on pit road, as well as Drew Krybeck. And we're getting word now that Craig Hawkins' machine not going to be able to return here tonight. Some major mechanical things going on with the engine. Not giving the specifics on it, folks, but he is done for the evening. Tough break there for the 28 of Craig Hawkins. Bill Martin putting the pressure on Tim Bills here as they roll through 3 and 4 on lap 83. And wow, Robinson's going to connect with the wall off of 4. What they tell you in New Hampshire, if you're not hitting the wall out of 2, you're not racing hard enough. Well, here at 5 flags, if you're not tagging that wall out of 4, you're obviously not doing it right. Derek Robinson, a little drift up to the wall and just smacked it. And now looking for a shot to get up towards at least 6th position. And Souza just in front of him, and now underneath him he goes. How about Darrell Hamlin just ahead, battling Ty Spearman for 6th. Hamlin will pick up 6th here in the backstretch on lap 86. Tim Bell's going for another lead change here tonight. Caution flag comes out. And Joe Schaefer Jr. is going to hold on to the race lead. Somebody wrecked in the backstretch here. And some heavy damage, maybe on the 15. Let's go back and take a look. We're going to follow Cody Brinson here, who's having some major battling here with the 34 of Jeremy Watkins. Brinson looked a little loose and a little snap action right in front of Watkins and up into the wall. And it is Cody Brinson who brings out the next caution flag here tonight. So we'll watch it one more time for you here, folks. There he gets loose. And right here, you're going to start to see the snap action come back right in front of him. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, more race action this Monday night. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, this Monday night, back under the green. And some pit action going on. While we were at commercial breaks, it's going to give way to Darrell Hamlin, who pitted earlier, took in just 2 left side tires. Back to the lead he goes, battling with Trevor Edwards. Up front for the race lead, Ty Spearman back in third. And this guy right here, Joe Schaefer Jr., going down pit road, getting some tires changed out. We're heading close to the final 50 of tonight's race. Threw him back down into 9th position. Again, 45 laps led here for the number 6. Ty Spearman had 43 laps led, and what a great battle going on right behind him. Kyle Souza to the high side. Derek Robinson trying to get around. There's Joe Schaefer Jr. into the mix. Robinson right in front. Comes down into the lower groove right in front of Joe Schaefer Jr. The battle rages on here between the 92 of Spearman, between Bill Martin and now Ian Lane, making it a 3-car effort off of turn number 4. Schaefer Jr. on the fresher set of tires. 3 wide action in turns 1 and 2, and it's going to continue. Blake Neer, Kyle Souza, Derek Robinson, your 3 cars. And they'll dissipate here into turn number 4. Ian Lane underneath Trevor Edwards. Edwards falling back. And here comes Schaefer Jr. Tim Bills tonight had a major issue down pit road. Not sure what happened here with the 37. Fast qualifier started 7th with the 7-car invert. Back in 13th. I don't even know if he took tires when he went down pit road. Doesn't look like it at this point. Looks like he's on older tires. So I have to see how that will play out. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, 7 laps led for the number 7 of Darrell Hamlin as he comes off turn number 4. 101 laps complete. And the pit cone tonight definitely getting taken out multiple times. Somebody should put that thing away. Ian Lane putting some pressure on Bill Martin off turn number 4. You don't know whether to be scared or hungry when you see that 98 pizza machine behind you. Schaefer Jr. back in 4th. Trying to reel in Ian Lane. Blake Neer, how about this? Blake Neer tonight. Take a look at this, folks. Started 11th. He's up into 6th position. This late in the race, looking really solid. He's got the 32 of Edwards behind him. Clay Snyder, one of the drivers we've seen running around 11th position. Started 16th, and he's up into the top 10. Right behind him, Matt Rolfe. Started 15th, and he's in 9th. So how about that? A lot of great maneuvering going on with these drivers. Derek Robinson, Ty Spearman. And now Tim Bills up into the mix. Not sure if these guys have taken all 4 tires yet, or maybe have just taken 2. But the tongue-in-cheek with Darrell Hamlin now battling for the race lead. Talking about this guy sandbagging. Here comes Bill Martin trying to get a lead change, and he's going to do it. We got another lead change on the night, and the 39 of Bill Martin to the inside of Darrell Hamlin on into lap 108. Takes over the race lead. Joe Schaefer Jr. has caught the pack. The 4-car battle here for the race lead. All drivers equally competitive at this point in the backstretch. Could have this race lead as they are matching each other's pace. Caution flag comes out. And it looks like the number 11 of Garrett Stokebauer involved in some heavy damage on this car. Take a look at that. Wow. Let's go back and take a look. And Stokebauer coming off the fourth turn. It's going to slide right out, spin out. Save the pit cone out of that one. Oh, and the head-on collision with Scott Dunlap. Just a tough break for that Kendall Racing number 11 of Garrett Stokebauer. So we're going to go up to the high cams and see if we can capture anybody coming down pit road as we see the number 15, I believe, making his way down pit road. Cody Brinson will head to his pit box. There is Stokebauer going down pit road now. We'll shoot to the back of the field here. Bill Martin staying out. See if anybody decides to come down pit road as we are under 40 laps to go. Ian Lane looking low here into turn number 4. Will stay out. And with that being said, we'll take a look at our sponsors here tonight. H&H Sign and Supply. Appreciate them coming on board. Midwest Powersource Inc., new sponsor here to the Sim Auto Racing Association. Tundra Super Late Models, K&M Racing Series, and Down East Chassis Works. Your sponsors here for the Fall Brawl Spectacular Monday Night Street Stock Edition. This 150 lap race at Five Flag Speedway. Again, keeping it up to the high cam to see if we see anybody looking for a last minute pit change up there in the top 5, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So lights come off that pace car. We're going to be back green on lap 115. They begin bunching up double file side by side. Glad you could be with us this Monday night, whether you got us on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook Live. Appreciate you tuning in as the pace car goes into the pits. Here we go. Bill Martin to bring us back to green. Green flag flies. Caution flag's going to come out. And a lot of people believe there was some bumping and banging going on back around there. Let's go back and we're going to follow Clay Snyder and take a look. So here's the restart. Blake Nero down on the bottom groove of this. You can see the battle going on back there with a lot of drivers. Trevor Edwards down in the lower effort. Some 3 wide action. Not exactly sure what caused the caution there, folks. But nevertheless, the caution flag does come out as we are getting closer and closer to completing tonight's race. We're going to step away for another commercial break. When we come back, more race action coming your way. So we're back under green into the final 30 laps of the night, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Fall Brawl Spectacular. Street stock race this Monday night, and Bill Martin coming to life at the final quarter of this race. Carrying about a 1 second lead into lap 123, but right behind him, battling side by side, Darrell Hamlin, Ian Lane, the battle for second, and right in the mix now, Matt Rolfe. Making an appearance up into the top 5 here tonight, starting 15th, looking underneath Darrell Hamlin. 3 wide at the line. Blake Neer also been up into the top 10, top 5 here in the last 20 laps. And now looks underneath. Matt Rolfe gets into that dicey territory. Joe Schaefer Jr. in the mix, trying to get back up front. It'll be 25 to go at the line, and if we have a caution, you gotta wonder, some of these guys, Tim Bills making his way back up into the top 6. What's going to happen? Who's going to take some tires that hasn't taken them yet? Bill Martin looks like he's definitely got a fresh set of tires, over almost a 2-second lead over the field. And Matthew Eddy up there battling with Trevor Edwards. Joe Schaefer Jr. up into the top 5. Tim Bills in 5th. Darrell Hamlin, Matthew Eddy having a good battle here. Whoa, and look at the threading of these drivers and the composure not to create any incidents. Matthew Eddy in 6th position, looking solid as he begins to pull away here on the lower groove. In the hunt to reel in Tim Bills, who's just ahead of him. Ty Spearman underneath, Darrell Hamlin, Kyle Souza, Ian Lane, Trevor Edwards, all battling it out. How about Bill Martin coming away with a 2-second gap? That is the lead time right now as he comes off of turn number 4. Unbelievable job. Matt Rolfe now into second. Blake Neer in 3rd. Fast qualifier Tim Bills in 4th. As we embark into the final 20 laps of tonight's race. 1:30 complete. The distance less than 20 to go. Who will come away with it? Bill Martin's looking like it may be him. Lot of opportunities still yet to gain out of the top 5. Matt Rolfe, Blake Neer, Tim Bills, 2, 3, 4. Joe Schaefer Jr. rounds out your top 5. As we'll show you there on the left side of your screen. The caution flag comes out. Things are going to get interesting here in Pensacola. Bills to the inside of Blake Neer in the battle for 3rd, coming through the front stretch. The H&H Sign & Supply machine looking to take over 3rd. Blake Neer on the high side. They are locked at the doors coming out of 2. Into 3 they go side by side. How about Matthew Eddy on the high side of Ty Spearman? Oh, and Neer's going to tag the wall in 4. That may slow him up. Tim Bills working him on the inside. Will clear him into 3. Schaefer Jr. is going to find opportunity underneath. He may have to rub his way in. A little shoulder rub on Neer. Neer hits the wall. Souza underneath Spearman back there. And again, Bill Martin with almost a 2.5 second lead. Under 15 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, as we're closing in on the final 10. This is the Fall Brawl Spectacular. Kickoff night this Monday night. The street stocks here tonight. Got late models and super lates yet. In the 4-week, Blake Neer up into the wall. He's going to fall outside the top 10. Wow. Tough break there for the 24 of Blake Neer. Back up into second, Matt Rolfe. Trying to work the outside of Tim Bills. Bills into second. Schaefer Jr. underneath as well. The next time by, it will be 10 to go. Martin into lap traffic. A lot of fighting going on. Rolfe gets pinched outside. Schaefer Jr. underneath. 10 laps remaining. Spearman, Souza, Edwards, very, very close. All these cars, a caution flag would be an interesting, dramatic point. If one would come out, this would reel him in. Who still has 4 tires remaining? Derek Robinson going down pit road into his pit box. Less than 8 laps remaining. These cars fighting it out. Rolfe losing a little off the pace. Somebody tagged the wall. I believe that's the 51 of Philip Ellis. May have burnt his engine. Not sure. He's looking slower. Off the track he goes. Bill Martin with a 2.37 second lead. Tim Bills trying to reel him in. It's going to be 6 to go at the line. Getting closer to the point of no return here tonight. And some cars are going to bang. The number 4 goes down. That's Mark Welch. Welch able to recover. Looked like Cody Brinson got into him as well. 3 wide action in turn number 2. Eddie on the high side, Spearman in the middle. Edwards down low. Rolfe looking on behind. It could be 4 wide coming up. Oh, and Trevor Edwards is going to get spun out. Caution flag comes out. Too little, too late. That may have secured it. I think it will secure the deal for Bill Martin. Near 4 wide action coming off turn number 4 with 3 to go. This one is going to end under yellow here in Pensacola, ladies and gentlemen. Bill Martin will pick up victory. Tim Bills, your fast qualifier, will finish out second. Joe Schaefer Jr. third. Kyle Souza 4th. And Matthew Eddy will sneak in for a top 5. Excellent job done by the 88 tonight. That kind of caution you wanted to see with about 7 to go to make things really interesting. But unfortunately, it'll come out with about 3 to go as it was 4 remaining. They were coming to the line. Trevor Edwards getting clipped there and hitting the inside wall. So the white flag in the air. A very non-dramatic way to end the race tonight. But here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, to the checkered flag. Your winner here tonight, the number 39 of Bill Martin. Fireworks will go up in air. Take you up to the height cam here and show you the fireworks out of turn number 2. That is your winner right there, Bill Martin. Started 9th here tonight. Took tires late in the race and just dominated. 44 laps here led. And he's going to come back for a little Polish victory lap. And he'll make his way over to victory lane. The Jags victory lane. Actually, he'll shoot right by it. And I think he'll just return to his pit box. So there you have it, folks. Bill Martin, your winner here tonight. As we bring up the results, we'll look to get you some driver interviews. Actually, before we do the results, let's take a look at the race summary out of the 150 complete. 4 lead changes here tonight, 8 total cautions. Definitely a great night of side-by-side racing. Let's take a look. There's your top 10 results. Let's get you some driver interviews. We're going to be joined now here with your 3rd place finisher tonight, the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr., all the way out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Part of the posse. He's got the Button Box Shop sponsor as well as Loco Toco Designs. And tonight, Joe, you finished 3rd here in the opening night of the Fall Brawl Spectaculars, and we kick it off here with the 150-lap street stock race. Qualifying looked really solid. You came into this race very hopeful. You ended up leading, I believe, out of this 45 laps here tonight, and then it came down to maybe a little pit stop change. Did you go down with 4, or did you come back with 2? What was your pit stop strategy? Because it looked like it put you back probably further than what you wanted to be.
Well, ideally, I was hoping to pit on the opposite strategy of Tim, but it got so late that I figured out I'd either have to go or give up a bunch of time. I was close enough to the pace car so I could take 4 without going a lap down. I know people were taking lefts and then coming back down for rights if they were further back from the pace car. But yeah, I just kind of... Maybe I could have been a little more aggressive going through traffic, but it really came down to at the end there. I think there was a couple guys that, one guy that stayed out, and I seemed to pick the wrong lane or get dropped into the wrong lane on every restart. Just kind of, I was happy with 3rd because I could see Spearman and Trevor and Kyle coming behind me. So, I mean, pit strategy didn't work out perfect for me, but I can't complain too much.
Still a heck of a job done here tonight, and I know you're looking for the big super late model race this Thursday, leading the Tundra Super Late Model Series in points. What are your thoughts on that race coming up?
I'm looking forward to that. Kind of using the races this week to kind of A, condition myself, and B, get some more information on how pit strategy is going to work out and how the different racing lines come in towards the end. I was expecting the high line to be a little more solid towards the end tonight. Maybe that'll change with the late model and the super with bigger tires, but this is just a good starting point to help me build the strategy for Thursday.
Definitely looking forward to that coming up this Thursday night, Joe, but congratulations. Do you have any additional thanks or shout-out you want to give for your podium finish?
I thank the guys at the posse, Charlie at the Button Box Shop, and as always, Matt for putting on the league.
All right, congratulations again, Joe. We look forward to seeing more action out of the number 6 this week.
All right, thank you.
There you have it, folks. Joe Schaefer Jr., part of the posse, coming in 3rd here tonight. We're going to go live now with our runner-up finisher here tonight. He had the fast qualifying time of 18.304. Started 7th in the 7-car invert. Hails all the way out of Sturgis, Kentucky, part of the Wheeling and Dealing Motorsports team. has that H&H Sign and Supply sponsor on the hood of his car. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Bill's coming in second here tonight. And Tim, I tell you what, man, you looked really solid, but what happened down pit road, because it pushed you back outside that top 10, and you really had to fight your way back through this field.
Oh, I did a bonehead move. Went into there and just wasn't paying any attention to my speed, and I was speeding. So I got a black flag, had to go to the back. That just made it more fun. It was it had a pretty good car though. I don't think it was what Bill had up there, but it definitely on the shorter runs it was pretty good. It was a pretty good night.
Was your pit stop a 2 or 4 tire change?
Well, I did the right sides and then I went back in and did the lefts afterwards. I wasn't sure about getting it all done, so I thought, well, we'll just come back.
Well, and
Didn't wanna
after
go a lap down.
Well, after salvaging that, I salvaged a runner-up finish after that. But, Bill Martin, I mean, pretty dominant there at the end. Didn't look like he was going to be able to reel him in here. Was you kind of hoping for a late race caution? And if so, what would have been your thoughts on being able to take down the 39?
Well, the only problem was I was in second. So if there would have been a late race caution and a restart, I'd have had to start on the outside. And I don't think Joe was going to just pull over and let me in, because Joe was fast too. It was going to be a good race there. The last 2 or 3 laps, you were going to get a show, I believe.
Well, definitely looking for more action out of it tonight. Definitely had some great side-by-side racing here. Do you have any thanks or shout-outs you want to give for your runner-up finish?
Yeah, for sure. I got to thank my sponsor, H&H Sign Supply, the guys over at Wheeling and Dealing Motorsports, and Matt and all the guys here at SARA, and you too, Dustin, with the Digital Forge. Been a heck of a show.
All right, well, pleasure to talk to you again, Tim. Looking forward to more action out of that 37 machine as the week progresses. Best of luck to you, bud.
Yeah, I hope we can do one better tomorrow night. We'll talk to you later.
There you have it, folks. Tim Bills, the number 37 here tonight out of Sturgis, Kentucky. He's the Wheeling Dealing Motorsports H&H Sign and Supply. But we're going to go live to the man who comes away with a victory opening night of the 2017 Fall Brawl Spectacular here at Five Flags. It is the number 39 of Tim Bills, who hails out of Madison, Wisconsin, part of the posse and the car show. Bill Martin, excuse me. Sorry. Bill Martin, I'm still stuck. You guys are right around each other in numbers. He's going to definitely correct me, so I apologize. Bill Martin comes away with the victory here opening night. And, Bill, I tell you what, it looked really solid here. You fought around the top 5 early on in this race, and it looked like you got a great pit stop in there because it was a very dominant performance and ended up leading 44 laps of this race. Tell us a little bit about it.
The long run. The car was really good, and there was a long run that managed to get me up into 3rd. And then we went into the pits just after that. A couple of us did. A couple stayed out, but when everybody lined up after the pit stop was done, the cars that didn't have tires were in a position that was basically key for me. So I drove down the middle of them, probably a little aggressive, but we all made it out the other side, so I guess it was all right. And I ended up just getting enough of an advantage on anybody else who had tires at that point that I was able to go up and take the lead, just as the yellow flag came out too, which was nice. And then after that, I was able to control the start, so that's a huge advantage at this track, because you get 2 cars side by side, they're gonna hold the field up for as long as they battle. So I was rooting it on, and I'm happy to win.
Still a heck of a job done, and man, what a dominant finish. And with about 4 to go, Trevor Edwards hits the inside wall, and you see that caution flag come out. Was it a sigh of relief, or do you feel that if you had to endure a restart, this car would have held through?
Oh, it would have been. I think it would have been fine on a restart, because I think it would have just been the same story. 2 cars would have been battling, and I would have been able to get the jump. It really depends on how well the outside and the inside, for that matter, get the timing right. And as long as they get the timing wrong, which most times they do, just kind of the nature of iRacing, you're usually fine here. So I wasn't too worried about a restart with how well the car was handling at that point. And fortunately, I didn't have to worry about it.
Still a great performance put on you by here tonight. We got more racing coming up this week. You're going to partake in the late models as well. I know you're going to be in the super lates, but what about the late models tomorrow?
My intention is to run all 3. I do have a scheduling conflict tomorrow that might interfere, but I might be done and be able to get out to the track before it starts. So we'll see. I probably won't be prepared, not as prepared as I'll like to be, but I think I should be able to make it tomorrow. Most certainly on Thursday.
All right. Well, do you have any thanks or shout-outs you want to give for your victory the first night of the 2017 Fall Brawl Spectacular?
I didn't get a chance to make a qualifying setup, so I got to say thanks to Trevor Edwards for giving me something to at least get a qualifying lap in worth of crap. So thanks, Trevor, and the posse. As always, they were a big help. Good coaches, the ones that end up out of the race, they'll coach each other until the race is over. Drew has given me info on where everybody was, and to the other drivers too. So big thanks to the team. As far as the setup I used, I don't know when I made it, but it ended up handling really well, so I was really happy with it. I had no idea how it was going to do. I knew it was good in the past. I didn't know if it was going to be good today. It was bottoming out really bad every time I'd drive on the bottom of the track, like under somebody, to make a pass. So I felt pretty fortunate that I was able to actually get it to move forward, because it was really hitting the track pretty hard. So big props to everybody else also. Everybody was really given a lot of space. Had a lot of fun racing with Hamlin. Had a lot of fun racing with Ian and his pizza car, which, by the way, I had pizza today, and every time I looked at that car, it made me a little sick. I think I had too much pizza.
Definitely one of the cars for the highlights. Well, to present you with your award here tonight from the Sim-Only Racing Association, I'm going to give it over to Matt Rolfe.
Yeah, congrats, Bill, on winning the Street Stock edition of the 2017 H&H Sign Supply Fall Brawl Spectacular. I know there's a lot of cars that were battling up front there throughout the entire race that were pretty even with each other. I think some guys lacked some track position, but if you get out up front, it was kind of the place to be, and you took advantage of the right pit strategy. Got out in front before everybody else could kind of get up there, and it seemed to work off. So congrats, and hopefully you fix your schedule for the rest of the week.
Thank you very much, Matt. And I'm looking forward to the next race.
All right, we'll see more action out of you, Bill, and congratulations again on your win here at Five Flags.
Thanks, man.
So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Matt, stick with me here. I'm going to get your final thoughts after this, but we'll run down the results here real quick. Bill Martin comes away with the victory in the Street Stocks to kick off the 2017 Fall Brawl Spectacular here at Five Flags Speedway. Tim Bill's fast qualifier will finish second. Joe Schaefer Jr. will come in third. Kyle Souza, Matthew Eddy rounding out the top five. Matt Rolfe will come in sixth. Ian Lane, Daryl Hamlin, Blake Neer, and Clay Snyder rounding out the top 10. Looking on bag, we got Zachary Onan, Travis Hauk, Jeremy Watkins, Scott Dunlap, Trevor Edwards through 15. Mark Welch, Mark Humble, Ty Spearman, Cody Brinson, Derek Robinson through 20. And your field here tonight, Philip Ellis, Garrick Stokebauer, Brian Korlacki, Craig Hawkins, and Drew Krybeck. And Matt, what a opening night it was here this Monday night. 150 laps for these Street Stocks, and why some say that is a long distance to be in these machines. They didn't fall short of delivering some great side-by-side racing. I'm sure you got to partake in a lot of that. What are your thoughts here on the opening night of the Fall Brawl Spectacular?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good race overall. A lot of green flag laps. We had a couple cautions here and there, which is expected, but I kind of started deeper than I wanted to after qualifying, but that put me in a good seat to watch all the action in front of me. There was side-by-side everywhere throughout the top 10. A lot of guys, as I was talking to Bill about before, a lot of guys kind of maybe didn't have the track position to get up there, but they were fast. They were picking off cars, kind of working their way forward. A lot of good battles up front, and then you had the whole tire strategy. A couple guys such as Derek and Daryl that tried to pit early and see what they could do with it, and the cautions didn't fall their way, let everyone else catch back up. And then you had Bill and Joe and some of those guys that were able to get their tires at the right time, work their way forward. I know Tim Bills, he actually got caught speeding on pit road during his pit stop, so that put him way back, and it was cool to see him come up to second. Good run for him, and everyone up in the top 10 had a good run here tonight. There's a lot of good battling throughout the field here, and that was good to see.
Definitely great to see some great battling here as well. And switching gears here, talking a little bit about the sponsorship for this year's Fall Brawl Spectacular. H&H Sign and Supply tonight coming on as one of the major title sponsors. Midwest Powersource Inc. One of the newer sponsors that you had, Tundra Super Late Models, K&N Racing Series, and as well as Downey's Chassis Works coming on board. Is there anything you'd like to say about your sponsors?
Just gotta, as always, thank them for supporting the league and supporting the Fall Brawl. H&A Sign Supply re-signed this year. They were our presenting sponsor last year for the Fall Brawl as well, so it's cool to have them back. And then the other sponsors as well, Midwest Powersource. They stepped up in a big way this year for not only for the Fall Brawl here, but for the regular season Super Sim Series, which leads to the Tundra Super Late Models there, sponsoring the entire season. And then the K&N Racing Series, we'll talk about them more probably on Thursday. They put up some prize money for some B-main finishers, as well as the best appearing paint scheme for the Super Late Models. So we'll probably announce that on Thursday night with you, hopefully. And then Downey's Chassis Works sponsoring both the season and the Fall Brawl here. So can't do it without them. They're a big part of the reason why we're able to put this on and put a lot of prize money towards the rest of the week. Tonight, as I said earlier, was the free night. No entry fee, no prizes, just coming out here to have a lot of fun. And then tomorrow we'll have a little bit of a prize fund available for that race, and then we'll get into the big money stuff on Wednesday and Thursday. So it's going to be a good week, and if tonight was any indication of how the rest of the week will go, it should be pretty good.
All right, Matt, we'll appreciate you stopping by for your final thoughts. Can't wait to see more action out of these remaining 3 nights here this week. I know this event never falls short of delivering some great racing as well as the drama.
All right, thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.
There you have it, folks. Matt Rawl stopping by for his final thoughts. We've had the sponsors up on the screen, but what a night of racing here in Pensacola, and Bill Martin will come away with the victory after leading 44 laps in a dominant late race performance. We'll be back in action tomorrow night with the Super Late Models. We'll have a qualifying session as well as a race. Wednesday night, we'll be back with Super Late Model qualifying, and on Thursday, that big 250 lapper. You don't want to miss it, ladies and gentlemen. Put it on your calendar. We'll have the events up for reminders. If whether you get us out there on Twitch, YouTube, or even Facebook Live, we'll have some sort of way for you to put that on your reminder book to make sure you tune in and catch the great events. And whether you get us out there on Twitch, however you get us, give us a like, give us a share, let everybody know where they can find some great racing that is here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. But that is going to do it for us this Monday night on behalf of all the sponsors, Sim Auto Racing Association, iRacing.com, and the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dustin Caldwell saying thanks for tuning in to watch this great racing, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.